football fans, and welcome to KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of high school football here in the state of Utah. Matt Coma, Moose Bingham with you as we are here from Highland High School as the 2 and 3 Alta Hawks hit the road to take on the 3 and 2 Highland Rams. A pleasant Friday evening to you all. And Moose, we got a fun matchup here in Region 6 for us tonight.
You didn't say it, but I'll say it. This is our game of the week for KSL, and I'll scream it from the tops of the roofs. So we're here in the student section, and I am stoked to be here. We are going to have so much fun tonight. We get to see one of the most prolific players in the entire state in Manasa Pela. But don't worry, there's a man on the other side with Alta, Matt McKee. I watched him as a junior playing quarterback, and this year he said, you know what? I'll just play defense. I'll play offense. I'll be everywhere. Just watch me play. And both of these schools, they've been ravaged. They've been picked apart. Everyone left them for dead. They said, hey, we'll come and take all your players. And alas, both of these schools are playing out of their minds really well. And I am just so excited. There's so many storylines, so many good things. We were walking on the field before the game, and I'm like, you know what? There's some ballers on this field. There's some kids that should be getting D1 offers. So for our millions and millions of fans tuning in, we're going to have a great one for you tonight.
As you just saw the coin toss, the Alta Hawks won the toss. They elected to receive. So we'll see the Hawks offense on first. Let's talk about the Hawks. You mentioned Matt McKay. He has been the workhorse both offensively and defensively for this Alta squad, and he'll be a big-time guy to watch for Alta tonight.
Absolutely. But don't stop looking at Cole Albrecht as well. What an absolute dog. There's some other kids on here on the back end that we'll get talking about later. Noah Forbes is another kid to look out for. But this whole Alta squad on offense and defense are studs. And if they're going out with the ball to start out with, we can't not talk about their phenomenal quarterback, Logan Moon. He's an absolute dude. And we'll be honest here, he has been dominating all year long. Logan has been doing everything up and down the field, and he is definitely as good as Tucker Brown. Tucker Brown, their starting quarterback, had 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and a rushing touchdown. He's top in 5A. It's crazy to see this, but Alta has a passing attack through the air. That makes my alumni heart proud.
And that's trying to fill the void of Kepa Niumatolu, who transferred to Lone Peak in the offseason. So Alta's had to kind of build back up from a semifinal berth last season. Looking at the home team tonight in the Highland Rams, and you mentioned him just a couple of seconds ago, Manasa Pela is the heart and soul of this Highland team, both offensively and defensively. I'll give you his last week's stats, Moose. Okay. 112 yards through the air, 2 passing touchdowns, 142 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 5 tackles on defense, a tackle for loss, a sack, and an interception to put the cherry on top, all on the stat line for Manasa Pela last week.
Little do you know, he also got the water for everyone. He did it all. You're just like, Manase, what can't you do? And the answer is nothing. He's an absolute dude.
So we're getting ready to get underway on a Friday night, week 6 of the season here. We have reached past the halfway point. The RPI is out. Both these teams trying to solidify playoff standings for the next couple of weeks before tournament time hits in October.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this kicker, Avi Gottschalk. He hit me up before the season, and he's like, I'm going to be the #1 kicker in the end of the day. And I'm like, you know what? You could be. But Alta's kicker as well hit a 52-yard field goal. But we're going to have some absolute fun tonight.
It's going to be a fun one. Highlands in the black uniforms moving left to right. Alta in the white moving right to left as we are underway with the kickoff coming to the near side. It's fielded at about the 2-yard line. And weaving his way out past the 15 is number 88 for the Hawks. That is Breck Warren with the opening reception. And we'll get to see the Alta offense first here tonight, Moose.
So excited to watch this Alta offense. They're an air raid type offense, which is interesting. Their head coach, he played for the Highland Rams rugby team, went on to play at Utah, but he has a lot of love in his heart for this Highland program.
So we'll see Tucker Brown and the offense out on the field. We mentioned Tucker Brown, top 5 in 5A in both passing yards and passing touchdowns on the season. He and the Hawks offense get ready to go. 1st and 10 from the 18. as they'll hand it off. And out past the 20. Fighting his way forward is number 23. That'll be the main feature back for the Alta Hawks tonight. That's Nolan Loans with the first calorie.
What a tough run. He let his presence be felt on that first run, put his shoulder down, and he said, hey, I'm here and I'm ready for this game. Let's go.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 from the 23-yard line. 3 wideouts on the far side for the Hawks. They'll bring him closer to the formation in a bunch formation. Brown quickly looking near side. It's caught. And close to the 30 is Evan Morton. And he looks like he has enough for a first down.
You're going to see Brown shed the ball around a lot. It's kind of interesting. He reminds me of another Alta quarterback, Jordy Brown, that played here and then played at Utah State and BYU. Alta has had a history of fantastic quarterbacks.
Gain of 7 brings a new set of downs for the Hawks. 1st and 10 from the 30. They'll hand it off to Loans, breaks a tackle, and cuts inside and out to near the 40. Gain of 9 on first down.
Fantastic run right there again. Alta, they're trying to make their presence known. They had a tough physical game last week against West, and they held their own. That's the thing. I wasn't expecting Alta to be able to do much this year after losing over 35 transfers. That's an astounding number, to be honest with you.
Spot the ball at the 39-yard line. 2nd and 1 here for the Hawks. They'll send McKay in motion. Brown looking for the screen pass. Sets it down, and Loans has got a first down and more out past midfield. And the Hawks on the move on the opening drive. Gain of about 15 on that one.
Man, they're just getting their chunk plays going, and they're picking their spots. I like what they're doing offensively, but this Rams defense is nothing to trifle with. They've got some absolute dogs down there.
Spot the ball at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Alta. 3 wideouts to the far, 1 to the near. Loans in the backfield, and we get a whistle. And it looks like everybody will just reset here.
Sometimes everyone needs a breather.
A reset, 1st and 10. 10 minutes and counting. Our opening quarter. Loans in motion. Brown rolls out of the pocket. Pursuit coming. And he'll be wrapped up on the far side. That is number 13. That's Charlie McConkey on the far side. That able to escort him out of bounds for the tackle of loss.
Great job by Max
All right, folks, I think we've got our audio figured out here. Thanks for sticking with us with the technical difficulties here. We're down, as Moose mentioned, we're down here in the fan section today, so having a couple of extra hurdles we have to manage today. But able to keep an eye on what's been going on. It's third and very long here for Alta from the 35 after that missed snap. So we'll see what the Hawks draw up here on third and long. Is Brown's going to take a shot. That got batted down at the line. And an incomplete. It brings up fourth and very long here for Alta.
And you'll see that a lot from Cortland Engstman. A lot of these guys come in, but Alta's coach before the game, he was telling us, I have no problem throwing my kicker out there for 52, 53, whatever. He's got the leg for it. And you love to see Jack McAllister out there, just the junior, and the pink shoes. The hefty lefty coming out here. Let's freaking go.
As long as 47 on the year, 4 of 5 on 52, 4 of 5 on the season. And he's going to try a 51-yarder here on the opening drive for the Hawks. As the kick is up, it's got plenty of distance.
Oh!
And he hit it and then some. A 51-yard field goal for Jack McAllister.
Now my second favorite kicker ever to come through Alta, with me being number one. But man, what a leg, what a boot. We've got two lefties coming in here, and it's a fun game. But man, I'm so glad that Jeff and Dane caught that one, because we love watching kickers.
That's probably the most impressive field goal I've seen so far this year.
It was super unorthodox, too. He's a pure soccer kid. Took 2 steps back, 1 step over, and he's like, I've got a leg blessed from above. Here we freaking go.
Say, and he hit that one. He probably would have made that from almost 60 with how much he still had left in the tank on that one.
Must be nice. That was my dream always. I was just squeaking it by most days. But that is a heck of a kick. And now we get to watch him again. Pink shoes be darned. Let's get him out here. He's a little early for breast cancer awareness, but we'll let it slide this time.
Got McConkey, and I believe that is Genda out there to receive this kick. See if they'll get a chance with Manasseh Wolfgram's the other one out there, As McAllister will let this fly, and that one's going to go into the end zone and then some. Touchback brings it to the 20, and we'll see the Highland offense for the first time tonight.
McAllister has absolutely zero technique whatsoever. It's one of the more impressive kickers I've seen all year. What a phenomenal job so far, but hey, I may give him a holler after and be like, let's talk about kicking for a little bit.
Whatever he's doing, it's working for him so far. So we'll see Manasseh Pela and the Highland offense for the first time tonight. They'll spread things out, 3 wideouts, 2 backs in the backfield as well. First and 10 from the 20 as Pela will hand things off. Trying to get the edge is Wolfgram, and he drags a couple of defenders past the 25 and picks up 7 on first down.
That is just how you want to start out on first down. Let's get 8 yards on the ground. Find a lane. I like that kind of long zone read, and he just finds his lane, gets up north and south, and you're just like, let's freaking go.
Wolfgram, the leading running back for the Highland Rams on the season, 186 yards. The leading rusher for the Highland total is Pela, though. He's one of the top rushing quarterbacks, not just in 5A, in the state as well. As this handoff again to Wolfgram, he's got the first down, slips out of a tackle, and he's out to the 34.
Man.
Some heavy running from Wolfgram on these first 2 carries.
Wolfgram like Mr. Grinch out there. He's as slippery as an eel getting up and down the field. No one can wrap him up. Just fun to watch. I love watching this Wolfgram kid.
New set of downs. Spot the ball at the 34. It'll be first and 10 Highland. 5:19 to play in our opening quarter. First drive of the night for the Rams. Looking to answer the field goal from the Hawks here. 2 wideouts to the far, 1 to the near as Pela will throw for the first time. Looks far side. He's got his man. It's Wolfgram. And he picks up 5 on the pitch and catch. Out to the 40.
What a phenomenal job. Wolfgram, just keep feeding him. He's hungry. Let him eat.
He's seen the ball on all the plays so far for Highland tonight.
Well, let's just let him see him on all of them. My goodness gracious, getting her done.
So 2nd and 4 after the gain of 6. 2 wideouts to the near, 1 to the far. As Pela going to hand this one off. Trying to get on the far side, and the ball is loose. Who came up with it?
Alta's signaling for them. Of course they are.
Did Highland get back on it?
It's what the Zebras say that's most important.
And it's first down, Hawks.
Oh.
The Alta defense gets a fumble recovery, and they take over inside Highland territory.
Both of these defenses are just so ferocious. And you're going to see a defensive battle tonight.
So spot the ball at the 36-yard line. For Alta, that's their 6th fumble recovery of the season already. They had 14 last season. They've got 6 already halfway through this year.
Man.
Start at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Set up the screen to Loans. Tries to weave his way through the defense, and he is able to secure about 8 yards on 1st down.
The flag coming in there, it's in the holding territory, but we'll see what they call. These refs, you never quite know. Sometimes it's a hold, sometimes it's a face mask, but I'm guessing it's a hold with the way Alta's walking right now.
Down at the 30-yard line there. And it's a block in the back on Alta.
Oh.
So that'll move them back 10 yards.
Man. It looks like Alta's student section are all dressed as minions today. I have no idea why, but okay.
So back them up to the 45-yard line for 1st and 20.
Oh, these trees are lifesavers. I can actually see the field now and make a more accurate call.
The sun's finally setting over on the far side as Brown's going to be taken down in the backfield. And that's number 8 for the Rams. That's Maxim McGrath back there in the backfield.
Quarterback dropped in the backfield by number 8, Maxim McGrath.
Maxim McGrath, one of the kids that I was sitting there between Maxim McGrath and Ben House, I was like, why aren't more college coaches coming to Highland? There's some great-looking kids out here that would make a great addition to your team on Saturday nights.
Loss of about 2.5 on that one. Spot the ball at the 47.5-yard line. McGrath with 4 tackles for loss on the season going into tonight. As we get whistles.
Timeout.
And I believe a timeout's called, and it's on the Hawks. So we'll step aside and take a break with 3:22 to go in our opening period. The Hawks with the ball with a 3-0 lead. Welcome back. 3:22 to play in our opening quarter. Matt Comamoose Bingham with you from Highland High School. Battle in Region 6 tonight between Highland and Alta. Only the 2nd regular season meeting since 1992, Moose. Both these teams region rivals now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not quite a region rivalry yet. But after tonight, it will be, I'll tell you that, with the game of the week here.
2nd and about 17 on this one as Loans gets the carry, bounces it outside and gets near the 40. Still a long way to go for the Hawks here on 3rd down.
I feel like Alta's just trying to get in field goal range, and if you ask me, they did it.
They're already
with
there.
That one carry.
Spotted at the 41-yard line. That's right where McAllister hit the last field goal.
3rd down and 15.
3rd and 15 for the Hawks. They need to get to the 26-yard line for a 1st down.
This is just a battle of the kickers. I'll sign up for that tonight right now.
Bunch formation on the far side for the Hawks here. Play clock down to 2. And they just get it off in time. It's Brown looks near side. Loans makes the catch. Gets out of a tackle. He's got a 1st down and more. And stumbles down at the 6-yard line. He had pay dirt, but couldn't keep his footing. But it's a big gain and a 1st and goal opportunity for the Hawks.
The turf monster got him right there at the very end, and you hate to see it. Just some sniper, just pow, and he got him.
Gain of 35 on that one as Loans found some space on the near side, and now it's 1st and goal Alta. trips to the right, one to the near side. Loans in the backfield for Brown. He'll hand it off to Loans, going to try and finish it. Gets about 3 down to the 4-yard line.
That was an RPO right there, and McKay's sitting there. Matt's like, hey, you know what? I was wide open. Give me the ball next time, Q, or I'll come and take your job.
McKay did play quarterback for most of the season, as Niumatolo had a couple of injuries last season with Alta. 4 wideouts in the formation this time. 2nd and goal. Brown looking far side, in and out of the hands of number 11. That's Cole Albrecht's first target tonight.
Albrecht comes from a very athletic family. I played with his older brother, Austin, who was phenomenal at Utah State and even had a stint at Tampa Bay. But he is built very differently than his brother, who was an offensive tackle.
Under 2 minutes to go. Big play here. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line.
We can't hear you.
Alta trying to make it a 2-score game. Loans in the backfield, bunch formation to the far side. As Loans gets the carry, and he fights his way down to the 1. And it brings up 4th down.
Decision time. We don't see the pink cleats coming out. The Pink Panther, alas, is not spotted.
As they're just going to set everybody up at the line here.
Goal from about the 2.
And timeout Highland this time.
Timeout Highland.
So we'll step aside once more. 1:31 to play. A big play upcoming. 4th and goal next for the Hawks when we come back.
Coach Flores.
Welcome back. 1:31 to play in our opening quarter. 2nd drive for the Hawks and a 4th and goal upcoming here, Moose.
Yeah, this is what Blake Barnett thrives off of. He's like, this is just like rugby. I coached that for 15 years. We're just going to do red zone, big packages, and get a little scrum going.
They'll have Brown under center. Hands off to Loans. Tries to get over the pile. And they're going to mark him short. The far side judge says he didn't get it, and the Highland defense holds.
Man, these Rams fans are excited if you can't tell. But fantastic job by Highland holding them. The Alta needed 2 yards. They got 1 yard and 9/10 of another. But it's a big field for Highland to go down. And usually they come out in 20 personnel, meaning they've got 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and a quarterback that can run you over as well.
So the Rams defense holds on 4th down. It's going to be a 98-yard field here. 99-yard field. If it's the ball is as close as you can get to the goal line.
We're going to call it 99.9-yard field.
As Pela going to pitch it on 1st down and spinning his way out near the 5-yard line. That's number 13. That's McConkey in the backfield. Gets out to about the 5. Gets a little bit of breathing room here for the Rams.
Yeah, just like Broussard, he plows his way down the field.
Gain of 3, puts it at the 4-yard line. As we've reached the final minute of quarter number 1. Been an entertaining one so far. This is only the 2nd drive for Highland tonight. Alta's had 2 drives, has gotten 3 points out of it. Fumble on the last drive for the Rams as Pela looks to throw. McConkey has it tipped. It's loose on the near side.
Was it caught?
Was it caught, though?
The ref is saying yes or no.
No one knows yet.
Maybe saying yes. Now saying yes. Alta seems to
now
say
they've got it, and it's Riker Ellis with the interception. How about that?
Man, Riker Ellis, all 5'10", 150 of them. And these Highland Rams are right back in the red zone where they love it. They've had 20 sacks this season. They're getting ready to get after it again, and Alta says, here's our chance to push that ball in the end zone and get into the scrum formation that we love.
So they'll spot the ball at the 8-yard line after the tip pass was caught by Ellis. May see that one on the Rewind Top 5 next week.
You work on the tip drill all season long, and then it comes into play, and you're like, here we go.
1st down, Loans met immediately in the backfield. Good job by number 1 for the Rams. That's Pela in the backfield there.
Manasseh Pela taking what is his. He's like, you know what? You got me on the last one. I'll get you right here. My goodness, what an athlete.
20 seconds left. The Hawks do not have to run a play if they don't want to. It's 2nd and goal here. And I'm just seeing the replay on our rewind feed. That was a good catch. I thought it hit the turf, but that was a good catch for Ellis. As we have to reset the play clock here with 16 seconds left. That's going to be Ellis' 3rd interception of the season. That leads the Hawks on defense this season.
Well, he deserved the last one. I don't know about the first 2, but that last one was phenomenal.
As we are still trying to figure out the clock situation here.
You know what? Sometimes the refs just make the game about them a little bit.
Need 6 yards to go on 2nd down here. 26 seconds now on the clock. And now the clock will run. Hawks looking to find the end zone. Brown fires over the middle. That one's tipped and incomplete. Pela got in the way of that one.
He didn't get in the way of that one. It was perfect coverage. Long arm in it. What a stud. My goodness.
He's making up for the interception. He's got a tackle for loss and a pass breakup on the first 2 plays of the drive.
It wouldn't surprise me if Pela just intercepts this and runs it all the way back. That's how highly I think of this young man.
So once again, it's 3rd and goal here for Alta. 18 seconds left in the quarter. McKay in motion as they send trips to the right. Brown looking near side, and it's caught. Touchdown, Hawks.
Wow, what a great snag by Evan Morton, the junior. And Alta's been flirting with that end zone, and finally they crossed it. Getting that 2-score lead is pretty big, but Highland will be back on offense starting next quarter, so it's going to be fun to watch.
So Morton gets the touchdown. For him, that's his 7th of the season, and that gives him a 9-0 lead. McAllister on for the extra point. And that kick is up, and it is good. And it's a 10-0 game here late in the first quarter.
All I have to say is, da-da, 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 da-da. We got Pink Panther.
Moose, of course, alluding to the pink shoes.
I mean, if you're wearing pink shoes, you better be balling, and this kicker absolutely is.
So McAllister adds the extra points, 10-0 Hawks here. And so 2 drives for the Highland offense, a fumble and an interception so far here tonight. As they've shown signs that they can move the football, just the turnovers have kind of caught them so far.
Just lets you know how tough this Alta defense is. But I'm willing to bet that we're going to see a lot more Pela and Wolfgram coming up in this next drive.
So got maybe one more play before we switch ends for the second quarter. Kind of crazy. We went from almost not having a play to end the first quarter, and turns out we get a touchdown and a kickoff the other way. And we're still in the first quarter.
Yeah. Really exciting first quarter, too, but not if you're a Highland fan so far.
McAllister on for the kickoff. We'll let it fly from his own 40, and flags fly after the kick.
Offsides on Alta.
I have never seen kicking like this.
Offsides is the call on the Hawks.
So usually you try not to get hip twerk, but this kicker lives off of that, kicking it pure soccer style. I don't think it matters that he's kicking from the 35. Heck, throw him at the 30. He's still probably going to kick it in the end zone.
It all depends on how hard he wants to hit it. 5 seconds did go off the clock, just for stat keeping purposes.
For all you clock enthusiasts.
As McAllister let this one fly, it still will make the end zone. As Wolfgram will field it in his own end, and it'll be another touchback for the Highland offense.
I think we should just put him at the 25 and see what happens.
7 seconds left, as they ran time off of the clock on that one as well. So we've had 2 kicks and 9 seconds run off the clock.
Happens, I guess.
So Highland to get one final play before we switch ends. First and 10 from their own 20. As we get a change at quarterback, Moose, it's going to be Will Bauman, the sophomore quarterback, will now lead the Highland offense. He'll throw near side, and McConkey's got it. Just shy of the 30. It'll be second and short when we come back for the second quarter. So an eventful first 12 minutes here from Highland High School. The Hawks with a 10-0 lead here on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll step aside and be back to bring you the second quarter here in just a moment. Welcome back. Getting ready to start quarter number 2 here between Alta and Highland. A Region 6 battle here on KSL Sports Rewind. Matt Coma, Moose Bingham with you from the fan zone tonight, Moose. We're in the stands for tonight's call.
Yep. And there's nowhere else I'd rather be. I'm glad you all are with us.
A good crowd here for the Highland faithful tonight. It's going to be second and 2 for the Rams here to start the quarter. Bauman in there at quarterback still as he'll take the direct snap, and he gets met by the Alta defense. I think that was Cole Albrecht in there that able to stop him before the line to gain.
There were a plethora of Hawks coming in there. My goodness gracious. Plethora, what a great word. I learned that on Friday nights by Mr. Rick Ochoa.
3rd and 1 upcoming from the 29. Manasa Pela still on the sideline. Looks like he's okay. Just a coaching decision here.
He needs a breather every once in a while.
He was in there for the defensive series last time as well. As Wolfgram in motion, and flag flies as the clock hits 0. This will be delay a game on the Rams. Or did he get the timeout in time? And the Rams do get the timeout just before the delay of game. As head coach Oliveo able to get that timeout, we'll take the timeout as well. 11-10 to go here in our second quarter. Welcome back. 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Rams. 29-yard line. They need to get one more for the first as Bauman fakes the handoff, rolls near side, pressure's coming. Albrecht in his face as he lets that one go. Tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Nino Fanua. Second interception of the night for the Hawks.
The collective groan from the section of the Highland fans basically lets them know, but sometimes you want to throw it up and get it to your best player, but not in that situation. Alta, this defense is for real.
So the Hawks with 3 turnovers already in the first half, a fumble and 2 interceptions for this defense.
Looks like Pela's out there, so that's good. They're just saying, hey, we need you at defense, buddy. Let's go. Get us that ball back.
10:58 to play in the quarter. 1st and 10 from the 45. Brown with the handoff and spun down at about the 44-yard line. And that was Brock Russell on the carry.
Cortland Ainksman with the big tackle on the play, holding Alta to
Cortland Ainksman was the one that wrestled him down there.
I've been impressed with Cortland, just a sophomore. And what you'll see, there's a lot of young guys on both of these teams tonight.
2nd and 9. This handoff goes back to Russell. This one much better as he gets about 6 on 2nd down. Brings up 3rd and 3.
2 Rams just came in flying. Got to keep your eyes up, gentlemen, because they went 1-2 right past the running back. And both could have gotten for a tackle for a loss.
3rd and 3 here for the Hawks. Need to get to the 35 for a first down. 2 wideouts to the far, 1 to the near. 2 backs in the backfield. We've seen that a lot from both teams tonight. As they'll just hand this one off to Russell. 3rd carry, and he comes up short of the line to gain. Spotted the 36-yard line.
And the decision time is no more. The Pink Panther comes out. Da-da, 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 da-da. Da-da-da.
Get loud, Black Hole.
So the Hawks electing to go for the field goal here. This one is going to be a 54-yard field goal. This will be the longest of the season for McAllister. Snaps good, holds good, and he lets this one fly. It's got enough distance. No.
54-yard field goal attempt.
Just short.
That's a big stop for the Highland defense.
So the long field goal attempt is missed. Just not enough on the foot there, Moose.
What's absolutely crazy to me is the Pink Panthers not even using a tee. So in high school, you're allowed to use a 1 or 2 inch tee. This kid just goes out there and he uses nothing. He's like, I'd rather not have an advantage. But what a great hit.
So see where they spot the ball here.
They are in the press box.
It should be at the 20 because if the ball goes in the end zone, it's considered a punt in the end zone basically in high school. I don't know what Highland's doing.
It looks like everybody's backing up to the 20 because they were spotting it. They were looking like they were going to spot it at where the kick was, but.
So as long as the ball goes in the end zone, you're okay. And it's a strategy that I've seen many times where coaches are like, go kick a 65 and just make sure it gets in the end zone.
He just missed the crossbar on that 54-yard attempt. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. As Pela back in there at quarterback now for the Rams. He's got 4 wide receivers at his disposal.
And Alta jumped a little bit early.
So flag on the play. That's on Alta. False start brings it up to the 25-yard line, and the Rams just really need to get something going. 3 drives and 3 turnovers.
You know what? My rule of thumb is if you can end the series with the ball hitting a kicker's foot, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's a punt, a field goal, a PAT, whatever.
Pela takes the direct snap. He's got the first down, and he's out near the 40. As Manasa Pela showing off the feet.
Okay. He's like, hey, watch this. It's like watching Cam Newton out there. Ha, that's cool. Watch this.
Had a really long touchdown run against Highland last week. Manasa Pela. I think it was in the ballpark of 70 yards.
That was such a quick burst. It was like the flash. I barely saw him.
4 wideouts again as they'll throw near side. It's caught. And getting about 2 on that one. That's Jackson Folau.
Hard thing is Austin Albrecht is all over the field. Not Austin, Cole. Sorry, Albrecht's family. But Cole Albrecht is all over the field. Went from rushing the passer to hurrying getting into the flats in a jiffy.
Give it 3 yards on that one. 2nd and 7 upcoming here. The Rams approaching midfield. Haven't been able to cross midfield tonight. As Pelo looks to throw, finds a man on the far side. It's Wolfgram. Sutter step, and he has a first down and into Alta territory.
Wolfgram heard you from the field. He said, watch this. I'll cross midfield right now. We're not BYU from 2017. We're going to get in the end zone. Watch us.
Gain of 12 on that one. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Handoff. Wolfgram this time gets tripped up right near the line of scrimmage.
Wolfram with a gain of 2.
Believe that was
For the Alta 44, 2nd down and 8.
Now, this is an interesting formation. They were in 20 personnel. Now they're 5 wide and just going after it.
aired over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Ben Bauman.
Ben was hearing some footsteps. He looked up, saw the ref, thought it was an Alta Hawk, and he's like, oh no. But he'll get another shot here pretty soon.
3rd and 8 now upcoming for Highland. Ball's at the 44.
Highland says, we've got 30 seconds. Let's make sure we got the right play.
Checking in is Zamari Vaughn. Checks in there for Folau. Big play here from Highland. It's still just a 10-point game despite the turnover issues tonight. Can get back in with the score as the Hawks show pressure. Pela gets out of it. Of the far side, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. As I believe that's Albrecht that got back there to get the stop.
Fantastic job. This defense has been good enough. I think if they get a nice little punt off, they're going to be just fine.
So we'll see Avi Gottschalk. First punt tonight for him.
Avi's a great kicker, and I'm excited to watch this punt.
I believe we got Brock Russell back to return this one for the Hawks.
The Hawks only having one returner. That's risky. Avi can be playing punter games with it.
Gottschalk able to get it. It's a line drive kick. Takes a Highland bounce and rolls all the way inside the 15. Will spot it near the 13-yard line. A unorthodox but pretty effective punt there.
So what happened, when you punt, you've got to get your arm completely extended out. He short-armed it, and he didn't hit the right part of the ball. And alas, that's what happens. But great result.
Spotted at the 14-yard line. And we're halfway through the second quarter. That was our first punt of the night, Moose.
Hey, I always want more punts.
So the Hawks go back on offense. Missed a 54-yard field goal attempt on the last drive. They've got a fumble, a touchdown, a field goal, a turnover on downs, and a missed field goal tonight for Alta. As we get a penalty, so on that kick. So spotted at the 7-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Alta coming out in 20 personnel. Those two running backs, both these teams like that formation.
Hand it off to Loans. Able to fight a seam on the right side and gets out past the 15-yard line.
It looks like they're letting Pela get some breathers here in between series. They're like, we'll let you get a couple breaths and then get on back in there, young man.
Gain of 9 on the play.
But gain of 8 there for Nolan Loans, and it's spot at the 15-yard line. Again, that 20 personnel back there. 2 wideouts to the far side. As the Highland shows pressure, hands it off. Loans navigating his way through, and he's got a first down.
Man, this Alta team, they're in their 5-minute offense. They're going to try to bleed the clock, make this the last series for them, is what I'm predicting. Because they're lollygagging out there. They're taking their time.
The Hawks in no hurry here with 5:40 and counting. Still 15 seconds on the play clock here as they'll spread it out this time. 4 wideouts in the formation. Send McKay in motion near side. He's been quiet tonight so far as Brown sets up the screen to Loans. Blockers ahead, and he's out past the 35. Another first down for Alta.
Great job by the Hawks right there, setting up the screen, getting it to their man, and getting down the field.
Gain of 17 on that screen pass. 1st and 10 from the 36. They'll have 3 wideouts on the far side this time. Loans in the backfield with Brown. Send McKay in motion once more. Brown to throw, quickly near side looking for McKay, and just off of his hands, incomplete.
It looks like the ball just got there a little bit early. McKay turned his head, and it was already past him, it seemed.
So it brings up 2nd and 10, 5:05 to play. As Moose mentioned, Hawks taking their time on offense on this drive. Sending 3 wideouts to the near side.
Both these teams, they talked about depth.
Pass near side looking for Albrecht. It's incomplete, and a flag flies back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, both are like, hey, we had a lot of transfers. It's hard when you're losing 20, 30 guys a season and they transfer out. You just lose all your depth.
And we have a hold on the Hawks. And that should see if Highland elects to take this penalty. It looks like they will. So 2nd and 20 upcoming now.
At the 27.
Alta's almost grateful that they took the penalty, honestly.
Spotted back at the 26-yard line, 2nd and 20 now. It would have been 3rd and 10 had they not taken the penalty. 5 wideouts here, empty backfield. Brown over the middle looking for McKay. A little too high, and McKay lost his footing.
He said, I got tripped up, and Pela said, no, you didn't.
There was Manasa Pela in coverage once again. And now 3rd and 20. So the penalty ends up paying off for the Rams on that situation.
Pela's coverage is something that's impressed me more than just about anything, because I knew he could get sacks. I knew he could get touchdowns, but I didn't know he was that elite in coverage. His hips and his change of direction is just beautiful. It's like watching a ballet out there, watching Manasa Pela. A 6'2", 210-pound ballerina coming after you.
3rd and 20 now for the Hawks, as they send everybody out in the formation again. Brown rolls out. Pressure's coming, lofts it up. He's got a man out there, and it's caught inside the 30 and dragged down. It's Matt McKay, first catch of the night. It's a big one for Alta.
That was a great catch. Simon Moore also had a great tackle at the end right there. Tripped him up. But Alta seems to be rolling now, finding those chunk yard plays against this ferocious Highlands defense.
Gain of 46 on that one for Matt McKay. 1st and 10, Alta in Highland territory. Hand off to Loans, and he's tripped up near the 25.
Nolan Loans with the carry.
Spot at the 26-yard line. But how about the awareness of Brown, able to roll out of the pocket with the pressure coming, found a wide open receiver.
Yeah, that was a throw that he was like, come on, I know that this is risky, but throwing out to McKay, he knows those prayers are answered.
Oh, ball's on the ground. Is Brown able to get back on it? It'll be back at the original line of scrimmage, and a flag flies. Two flags fly. Right in that pile. And it was well after the play, so most likely an unsportsmanlike is upcoming.
On Alta.
It's on Alta.
Something was said, something was thrown. Who knows?
Something happened in that pile, and it's on Alta after the play, so count the down and back it up 15 yards.
I usually say earmuffs when I hear about the personal fouls, so I had mine on up here.
So spot the ball back at the 43-yard line after that one. It's a loss of
15
there. 17 because it was a 2-yard loss on the play. So the Hawks need to get down to the 18-yard line for a first down.
At least the 35.
5 wideouts again here for Brown. Time in the pocket, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage for the Rams. And another flag flies late.
Maybe calling a helmet to helmet.
That was Malik Jones that broke it up.
Malik Jones.
That was intended for McKay. He took the shot over the middle. As that flag came from the white hat behind the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah. Which he can override whatever he wants. Want to see the replay on that one.
So we'll see what the call is here. The referees talk about it.
I'm not sure if it was hitting a defenseless player or what.
We'll see what the call is here. And it is the personal foul on Alta. Targeting is the call on Highland.
You know,
so 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty.
We'll bring it back to. It'll still be 3rd down. The personal foul does not give them a new set of downs here.
All right, Highland, your defense needs you. Make some noise right here.
That was a debatable call.
We just saw the replay.
That was very debatable from up here.
But either way, it's 3rd and 10 now for Alta. As Loans goes in motion. Pressure's coming. Brown goes down. There's a flag down again.
Might be a holding on that
one. I think it might be a hold on Alta, but it's
Hawes with the sack on the play.
Ben Hawes with the sack. As it stands right now, we'll see what the flag is for.
Ben Hawes, after the targeting, he's like, you know what? I don't know about that. Let's watch the replay. but I'll show you a sec.
Let's see what the call is here.
Oh,
There's a hold on Alta.
And it looks like the coach is going to take it.
And I think to try and get McAllister out of field goal range, question mark?
Pink Panther is never out of field goal range.
Because it'll back it up to the
Oh, that is a big hold.
41-yard line.
Okay, I probably would have taken that one too.
So in the last 2 plays, we've gone to the 41, back to the 30, or 28, now back to the 41. So
just trying to get all over the field.
Again, 3rd and very long here for Alta. Brown back to throw. Throws far side, double coverage over there, and it's incomplete.
Is it?
Intended, I believe that's Tucker Brown, or no, it's Evan Morton over there.
I just saw
Hard
the
to see
ball
the number.
pop into Evan Morton's hands, and it looks like Alta's going to elect to go for it.
In coverage.
So Alta,
No, punt team
yep.
comes out. Okay.
No, here comes McAllister.
For the field goal?
I think they're going to try the field goal here.
Well, all right.
And it's going to be even longer this time. This will be a 57-yarder.
Okay.
McAllister from midfield. He's hit from 51, missed from 54, this from 57. And it's blocked at the line. Racing to go after it. And picking it up is Ben Bauman. Taking defenders down inside the 20, and a big play for the Rams.
Man, those Highland Rams getting in there. This was a pivotal play. Alta was trying to bleed out the clock, but the Pink Panther got blocked. Wow.
17-yard line.
Blocked right at the line, picked up by Bauman. And now Highland will have its first trip to the red zone tonight, trying to get back in this down 10.
But it looks like the refs are having a little discussion.
They are conversing there at the 15. So we'll wait and see what the call is here.
If the PAT or field goal attempt is blocked, you can return it. And I don't think there should be a problem going on. Don't know why the refs are taking this long.
So spot the ball, I think around the 17 there.
Great
Yeah.
return and great awareness on that.
Say, had a lot of space, able to pick that up. It's not an easy thing to do running at full speed as well, trying to pick that ball up.
I can't even catch the ball just standing there most of the time.
So Manasapela and the offense back out and whistles before we get ready for this first down. 3:16 to go to halftime. Hawks first and 10. Or excuse me, the Rams first and 10. As they'll pitch it. And trying to get the corners McGrath. He finds it. And down inside the 5 for a first and goal for the Rams.
What a great job by McGrath right there. Coming around the edge, you thought that the players were coming in, and then just all of a sudden, bam.
Apologies, that was Carter Hodges on that one, number 9 instead of number 8. But it's a first down at the 4.
I would apologize, Carter, but there's so many people coming up and down and blocking my view. We're trying our best out here
We're
tonight.
doing the best we can. We appreciate you guys joining us for tonight's game. First and goal for the Rams here. Send a man in motion. Pela calls his own number and runs right in the teeth of the Alta defense. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
Yeah, Pela getting 3 rushing touchdowns last week. You're just like, this kid's a dude. But he's going against a different front this week.
Pela on the season, he's got 5 rushing touchdowns. That's, I believe that's second most in 5A for quarterbacks. Only one that has more, Camden Lopati out of West.
Really? Camden playing receiver last year, learned how to do that.
4 wideouts here for the Rams as they'll set a man in motion. Pela looks that way, connects, but dragged down in the backfield. As that's number 20 for the Hawks. That's Kason Torrey in the backfield.
Camden last week had almost 700 yards of total offense. 700.
That's crazy. It was a back and forth affair between Alta and West last week.
Yeah.
West getting the late score to take the lead for good. As we're down to the final 75 seconds of the first half here, the Rams trying to get on the board, 3rd and goal from the 4. And whistles before the snap. Timeout for the Rams.
I love Manasseh Wolfgram. He was just messing with the D lineman. He's like, I got you, big boy. Manasseh's not a big dude. He's probably like 5'8" or something like that, to be honest with you. But he's like, I can take on a 300-pounder. Let's go.
We'll keep it here for the timeout, Moose. We've seen an eventful first half between these two teams. Just going over the drive chart here, we've seen field goals, we've seen fumbles, we've seen turnover on downs, we've seen multiple interceptions, missed field goals, blocked field goals, and 1 punt so far tonight.
Goodness. We've seen it all.
Anything you want, we've seen so far. We have yet to see a rushing touchdown, though.
Hopefully we see that soon. All of these Highland Ram fans are sitting at the edge of their seat, hoping to see that beautiful thing happen.
They're 4 yards away from the end zone. 3rd and goal here for Highland. 2 wideouts either side. Payla to throw. Lobs to the corner. Too deep. Intended for Jackson Folau, and it brings up 4th down.
Wasn't a bad pass, good effort, but I'm willing to bet we might be seeing Avi coming out here. Let's see.
Avi is out there.
I can't see the pink shoes, but I see the 3-1.
So the Rams will elect to go for the 3 points here on 4th down.
And looks like Alta might be taking a timeout.
I think Highland needs another player out there.
Sideline judge is saying something to one of the players.
Alta, Matt McKay checks out for Alta. So it'll be a 21-yard attempt here for Avi Gottschalk to try and make it a 1-possession game. Around the far side, that kick is up. It's got enough leg, and it's good. So that is the 4th made field goal of the season for Avi Gottschalk, and it's a 10-3 ball game.
Man, this game has it all, and Highland's just excited to be going back into the locker room at the 1-possession game because they've had interceptions, fumbles, everything, but they caught a break on that blocked field goal.
Say, for what it's worth, the Highland defense has been impressive so far tonight. They've gotten in the backfield a couple of times. They've, as you mentioned, got the blocked field goal on the last drive. Had a 4th down stop at the 1-yard line as well.
Yeah, both these teams, it's going to come down to the second half, looking and seeing whose depth is going to come into play this next half.
So 49 seconds to go to halftime. Keep in mind the Rams will get the ball to start the second half. So we'll see how aggressive Alta chooses to go here.
I'm willing to bet pretty aggressive.
And then say they're not shy of kicking long field goals tonight as well. We've seen 3 different attempts over 50 yards tonight from McAllister.
And it's crazy because in high school you don't expect to see like 50-yard field goals ever. Not when you're watching Alta. Oh, Avi got under that one.
That's a short kick, and it's bobbled at the 13. And able to get a little bit of yardage. That was Russell on the drop in the carry for Alta.
So you see the ball, when the backspin is that fast, instead of hitting the ball in the sweet spot, he hit the ball just a little bit under it, and that's why it's going so fast in a backspin.
Ends up netting the Hawks 2 yards on that one. So spot at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10, 40 seconds to go, 2 timeouts still left for the Hawks. They're going to send 4 wideouts this time, 3 to the near, 1 to the far. For 1st and 10, Loans in motion. Brown with time, fires over the middle. It's got McKay out past the 35 and down at the 40.
Number 8, Matthew McKee.
Gain of 18 on that one.
Clock is flying, 32-31. There's a little bit of home cooking because the clock is still going before the sticks are set.
So we're trying to get the sticks. That ball is set. The clock's running under 20 seconds now. It's Brown. He's looking for somewhere to go. Fires over the middle, incomplete.
Woo.
Breaking that one up was Simon Moore. And a flag flies late.
That was
a very late flag.
Intended for number 88, Breck Warren.
Looking for Breck Warren on that one.
Broken up by Simon Moore. Late flag on the play.
I'm not sure what that is, that flag. But half of the Highland coaching staff, over half, is on the field saying, what is this call?
We've seen one, and there is no flag. They'll pick the flag up.
Just waved off.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. 13 seconds left, though.
Where'd all that time go?
It went on that, it's getting set for that last play. 13 seconds left. Still 2 timeouts at the disposal for Alta. Need to get about 20 yards to get into field goal range. They'll throw far side, and it's incomplete. Intended for Albrecht on the far side. Brings up 3rd down.
For number 11, Cole Albrecht, incomplete. Charlie McConkey on the coverage.
So with 8 seconds left here. And we get a timeout for Alta. As they'll think about this last play before the half. We'll take the break as well and bring back for the final play of our first half.
Timeout, Alta.
Welcome back. As we get ready for one, maybe 2 more plays of our first half here. 10-3 the score. Alta facing 3rd and 10 from their own 40.
All right, Highland.
3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near. See what Brown and the offense does here on 3rd down. Loans in motion again. Brown's just going to keep it himself, and he gets tripped up at the 45. Manasa Pela there to make the stop, and I think, did Highland call timeout?
Quarterback drop. Number 2, Tucker Brown, tackled by Nasa Pila.
Well, the clock was gone, and then 3 seconds popped back on it.
So it's going to be 4th and about 5. And I think Highland called timeout.
Okay.
Interesting call there, Moose.
Let's see if it pays off, Cotton.
So we'll keep it here for this one. If the Hawks elect to go for it here on 4th down, they'll have to go 55 yards on the Hail Mary play. Highland, with the way their defense is playing, maybe get a big stop and a turnover the other direction.
Yeah, I don't know what the game plan is. I thought they were just going to let him kneel it out, basically, and go into halftime, but we'll see.
So, quick timeout as we're getting back underway. It's going to be 4th and 5 here for the Hawks. 3 seconds left. And the offense is going to stay out there. So maybe we'll see the Hail Mary here for Alta to close the half.
Which is probably the right call, honestly, with 3 seconds left, because it takes 3 seconds to get a playoff.
Only, let's see, 4 wideouts in the formation for this one.
And it looks like these got 2
Now,
high safeties.
So Alta will let this one fly. As Brown lets it go into traffic, and it's incomplete. Nearest receiver was Albrecht, and that will put a bow on an interesting first half, Moose. At the break, we're at a 10-3 ball game with Alta with the lead.
Alta 10, Highland 3.
Yep, excited for the second half. Let's get after it.
All right, we'll step aside and bring you the second half in about 20 minutes. At the half, it is the Alta Hawks 10 and the Highland Rams 3. Highland gets the ball to start the second half. We'll bring it to you in just a little bit. You're watching high school football here on KSL Sports Rewind. Hi, football fans. Welcome back to Highland High School. Getting ready to start our second half between the Hawks and the Rams. Alta with a 10-3 lead as we head to our second half. Moose, your thoughts on that first half, and what can we expect here in the second?
Well, the Highland offense hasn't gotten running yet, but we're able to see they have some sparks. They've had some things, and their defense has been very phenomenal against this Alta High ferocious attack. So I'm surprised that it's 10-3, to be honest with you. But Highland has a chance to go out, score on this opening possession, and make it 10-10. And we've got a game against a couple of dimes if that happens.
Yep, the Rams will get the ball to start the second half here. As we're just moments away from the start of our third quarter. It's been a fun one. We mentioned how kind of crazy that first half was. We saw only one punt in that whole first half. We saw 2 interceptions, a blocked field goal, 2 turnovers on downs, a fumble recovery, a missed field goal from 54 yards. Like, we saw everything in that first half.
Yeah. If you're a fan of special teams, which we both are, you get to see a lot of that here. And I expect to see a lot more Wolfgram this half.
He was the big offensive target for the Rams in that first half. He's in the backfield with McConkey to field this kickoff from McAllister. As Alta kicks off, we're underway. As McConkey trying to field that one in play, instead has to field it just inside of the goal line there, and it'll be a touchback. So we'll see the Highland offense back out there, and turnovers were the big story of the day in that first half for Highland. 2 interceptions and a fumble on their drives last.
Absolutely massive story, but even with all of that non-production, they were able to hold the score down low, which is what I was really impressed with. Highland, we'll see what quarterback they use. They were using 2 different ones, and it looks like Pela, I think.
Yeah, Pela's back in there. They got 4 wideouts in the formation. Send a man in motion, and Pela takes it himself. He's got room up the far side, and he's near a first down, gain of 9 on that one.
Phenomenal job by Pela. It's kind of funny when you look at his phone book, he only has 1 number, and it's his own.
Yeah, we have an injured player. Can't say who it is.
Alta's already taken a knee.
I believe it might be Pela down there. As the Highland staff comes to take a look at their star quarterback, we'll step aside and be back in just a moment. 11:42 to play here in our third quarter. Welcome back as you see Manasa Pela able to get back up under his own power. Good to see that, Moose.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happened. He's grabbing his shoulder, it looks like, and walking gingerly, so it could be a plethora of things. We'll keep our eye on it from up here.
So Will Bauman will be back in at quarterback for the Rams. Had a little bit of time in that second quarter. 2nd and 1 here for the Rams. They'll pitch it to the wide out, and finding a seam up the near side is Folau. Out past midfield, and a big gain for Highland.
Nice run by number 10, Jackson Folau.
A big gain, caught about 25 yards there. Spotted at the 47-yard line of Alta.
It's only the 3rd time Highland's been on Alta's side of the field tonight.
First down.
So the Rams get a big play on first down. They'll hand this one off to Wolfgram. Gets about 1 on first down.
Manasseh Wolfgram with the short gain.
As you mentioned, might see a lot of Wolfgram. That's his first carry of the drive.
Yeah. You don't want Highland to become a one-dimensional team now, though. They still have to throw the ball. They still have to find some things, even without Pela in the offensive scheme.
They were able to use the jet sweep there for Folau for a big gain. Now facing 2nd and 9. Just past midfield, trying to tie up this ball game. It's Hodges in motion. This one, Bauman's going to take it himself, and he's tripped up in the backfield. That was Mason Taula that came up with a trip.
Good job by Mason right there, because that could have been 6.
3rd down and 6.
Had a little bit of room over there as it's just a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6 here for Highland. Would imagine this is pretty close to 4-down territory for Highland. They'll send 2 wideouts to the near, 2 to the far. Wolfgram in the backfield goes in motion. Bauman with pressure coming, rolls out of it. Now decides to check it down. He's got the first down and more out of bounds.
Great job. He learned his lesson from the first half. In the first half, he threw it up, and it was not good. But right there, taking what the defense has given him, that was a phenomenal job.
First down.
Gain of 9 on that one for the first down. The sophomore getting it done.
I just like that he's learning on the job fairly quickly.
3 wideouts to the far on 1st and 10. Decides to come near side for McConkey. Makes a nice juke move and gets down to about the 30. Picks up about 4.
That juke went from 0 to 4 yards. Great job taking that step back and getting up.
2nd down and 6.
Able to pick up 4 on that first down catch. As meant, looking at the stats, Bauman actually doing pretty well on the ground rushing this season. He's got 18 carries for 92 yards in his time that he's been in at quarterback. 4 wideouts again here for the Rams. 2nd and 6. High snap. Bauman keeps it. Finds some blockers up the near side, and he's close to another first down.
Bauman's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. They were trying to get him involved in the offense in the first half, but it just didn't quite get there.
At the 25-yard line.
Spotted at the 25. It'll be 3rd and very short here for Highland. See what the Rams dial up here. 3rd and short. We'll spread things out again. And it's Bauman. Keeps it on the draw, and he's got the first down. Gets about 3 yards on that one.
Phenomenal job by Bauman right there. Getting the yards he needs, getting the first down, and we're going almost into the red zone. Usually we consider the red zone 20 and in, but right now they're just knocking on the door of it.
Last time the Rams were this close to the end zone, they got a field goal after the blocked field goal attempt in that second quarter. We'll get 1st and 10 from this 23-yard line. Three wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. It's Bauman. Pressure comes right up the middle. Able to get the screen to McConkey. Breaks over to the far side. Stutter steps, finds the corner. Is he in the end zone? He is! Touchdown Highland!
Wow, Charlie McConkey getting her done, taking a sidestep, and what a phenomenal job by the quarterback as well. Just perfectly executed play. I thought Alta had a sack. No, it's a Highland touchdown to put them in. And if Avi can make this PAT, we've got ourselves a game.
So Charlie McConkey goes 23 yards, and he used all of the field on that one for the touchdown. And we're an extra point away from a tie game here. Gottschalk on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. And how about the start for the half for the Highland Rams? They go all the way down the field and put 7 points on the board. We're tied at 10.
Avi, oi, oi, oi. That's an impressive response, especially when your star player goes down. He's still getting looked at, and I think that means he might not be back for the rest of the game.
That would be a big loss for the Highland defense as well. He's been active in both the secondary and the backfield for Highland tonight. So Highland goes all the way down the field, 8 plays, 80 yards. Did it in about 4 minutes time, and it's 10-10 on the scoreboard. So we'll see how Alta responds to that touchdown.
Alta's had a tough time against this Highland defense, and now on homecoming, we've got a 10-10 game.
Gottschalk back to kick this one. So let this one fly. Another high kick be fielded by the Hawks. They almost ran into each other. Russell's got it and tries to spin out of it. tackle. It's no good.
He almost should have spun the other way, but fantastic coverage. And if these Hawks could have talked to one another, they could have had some good yardage. But now we're starting below the 20, and that's never a good place to start.
That was Kaysen Torrey back there as well. So the Hawks will start 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line.
Make some noise. A lot of noise.
This announcer's leading the crowd.
Trying to will this Highland crowd here that we're technically, I guess, we're a part of tonight. As Loans takes the first down carry, gets out past the 20 and out to the 22.
And Alta had a lot of success running in the first half. Not a ton passing until they got into the red zone and had a passing touchdown.
Had the one big play to Matt McKay that was about a 40-yard pass. That was that's really the only air attack that Alta's had tonight. Second in about 5 from the 22. Brown will hand this one off, weaving his way through his Loans. As I think he's got enough for a first down. He does, out to the 29.
Fantastic vision. What I love about this kid, he just has a quick cut. He's like, nothing there, cut it out. Let's see what we can find and get north and south quick.
Gives the Hawks a first down at the 29. Spread things out again. Loans gets rid of the towel. Loans gets rid of the towel. McKay in motion. Brown finds Loans on the screen. Sets up the blockers. Stutter step near midfield, and the Hawks on the move. A big gain.
Great
for the
run,
Hawks.
but dirty laundry.
Yeah, flag back at the 25. We'll see what the flag is.
Highland's already walking back towards the line of scrimmage.
So is Alta. I think this one might be on the Hawks. And it's a hold on Alta. That'll bring it back. See where they threw the flag here, because it'll be from the spot of the foul.
And right at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage. So they'll back them up 10 yards from the line, and it'll be 2nd and 20 upcoming. Or 1st and 20, excuse me.
Man. Alta just loves playing in tight games. One play here, one play there. They could be 5-0, to be honest with you.
They have been in every single game that they've been in. They're 2-3 on the year. As they throw near side, McKay goes up to get it. Good catch. And he stretches out past the 30. Gets packed just past the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 10.
He was sitting there. He's like, first down. And you're like, not quite, McKay. Not today, buddy. But you did a great job getting all those penalty yards back.
Gain of 11 makes it 2nd and 9. As the Hawks will go bunch formation on the near side. Hand off to Loans. Got a seam up the middle. Now cuts outside. Breaking a tackle, and there he goes. Out to midfield goes Loans, and a first down for the Hawks.
No dirty laundry this time. Just all clean laundry.
Gain of 20 on that run. As you saw, again, the patience of Loans, able to set up the blocks and gets a big gain for Alta.
Phenomenal job right there, for sure.
So the Hawks at midfield, 1st and 10. 5:40 and counting in our third quarter. And
got an injured Highland Ram.
Yeah, we have an injured Ram here on the near side. That's Malik Jones that's down.
Malik was trying to get out, but he just couldn't quite make it in time.
The train staff's just going to tell him to sit down for a moment.
And that's another huge loss. Those are your 2 inside linebackers for Highland with Malik and Manasseh.
That's your 2 of your top 3 leaders in tackles this season for Highland as well. Pela's got 30. Jones has 32 tackles on the year. A combined 6 sacks and 8 tackles for loss between the 2 of them as well.
That is not what you want.
So as they look at Jones, we'll step aside and be right back. 5:37 to play here in our third quarter. We're tied at 10. Welcome back. 5:37 to go here in our third quarter. Jones able to get back up and back on the sideline. Good to see him get back up under his own power. It's first and 10, Alta here from the 50. 3 wideouts in the air. Brown going far side. Looks over there. Had a man in and out of the hands.
Yeah.
I think that was Warren over there.
Nice coverage on the play.
That was a risky throw into double coverage right there. But the quarterback actually did a great job putting it right on his receiver's hands.
So second down after the incomplete pass. Simon Moore in coverage there for the Rams.
And if I'm Alta and I see the 2 top tacklers are sitting on the bench, I'm like, let's probably run the ball a little bit more.
Pela still being looked at on the sideline. Brown to throw on second down. Pressure comes, but he throws to his side, and it's broken up. Good defense. They're from the Rams. First one there, Luke Curl.
Wow.
Luke Curl and Will Bauman.
Fantastic job.
Makes it 3rd and 10.
Highland's staying in this cover 2 shell, which ESPN hates. They hate all the people in cover 2.
Up your defense out.
But Highland's running it to perfection.
It's worked for them so far tonight. 3rd and 10 here for Alta from midfield. The way the first half went, they need about 6 yards to get into field goal range here. As Lone's going to carry it. He's got the 6 yards and more, down to about the 42-yard line.
So it's decision time now. You've got 2 yards to go. I don't think we'll see the Pink Panther, much to the chagrin of most fans tonight.
He took 3 attempts of over 50 yards in that first half. He was 1 for 3 with a blocked field goal. And the Hawks are going to elect to go for this one. 4th and 2 at the 42. Hawks looking to pick it up on 4th down. Brown quickly far side's got McKay. He's got the first down, stays in bounds, and down near the 32. And a first down for Alta.
That ball was just about a finger's length away of getting batted down as well. Wow. Great catch by Matt McKay. He's definitely a kid you'd want on your team on Saturdays.
Gain of 10 gives Alta a new set of downs. 1st and 10, they'll hand off to Loans, has blockers on the near side and gets inside the 25, picks up 7.
This Alta offensive attack is just relentless. They're doing these long drives. This drive started at like what, the 10?
17.
17? My bad. Luckily, I've got you here with me, Matt.
I got the drive card starts going on. This will be the 10th play of the drive here for Alta.
Man, that is a long drive in high school. Heck, that's a long drive in college and even the NFL.
It'll be 2nd and 3 here for the Hawks. From the 25, handoff to Loans again. He's got the first down and inside the 20.
Loans is just chugging and chugging and chugging, choo-choo.
Spot the ball at the 19, gain of 6 for another first down, and the Hawks in the red zone. Last time the Hawks were in the red zone, they got the touchdown to Morton. That was way back in the first quarter. Loans again gets the carry and slides down at the 10, just shy of another first down.
I think he was going to cut, and the turf monster got him. Bless his little heart. And he said, "Give me a break, coach. You've been riding me this whole night. I need a breather."
Loans checks out. It'll be 2nd and 2 here for the Hawks. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in our third quarter. McKay in motion. Brown looks that way. McKay able to cut back inside. He's going to get the first down.
That's what you love about Matt McKay. His change of directions. 1 second he's there, the next is whoop, and he's gone. But got his first down. That's what he needed. And Alta's got 4 downs to get into the end zone.
So 1st and goal, Alta from the 8-yard line. 2:40 and counting. 4 wideouts in the formation. McKay goes in motion. Try to set up the screen. He's got a man on the far side and just stumbling his way in for the touchdown. And that's number 39. That's Nito Fanua. Had a couple of touchdowns against West last week, and he gets his first one tonight to give the Hawks the lead.
8-yard
Man,
passing touchdown.
that was so close. That's the thing. This is a game of inches. It was close to being an incompletion. It's close to being down on the field, but then all of a sudden it's a touchdown. And alas, that brings us the Pink Panther out once again.
McAllister back out. He's 1 for 1 on extra points tonight. On for this one, and that one's good. So Alta jumps back out in front. They answer the Highland touchdown with one of their own at 17-10.
Man, this is the thing. Both these teams play all their games close. And what else is interesting is this is game 6 of the season. We had 217 kids that had to sit out the first 5 games this year. We're at game 6.
Everybody gets to play.
A lot of teams look different now.
All those transfers get to finally play as we get down the home stretch here of the season. Can't believe we're already saying the home stretch of the season. After tonight, most teams with only 4 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, I was telling my wife about that. I was like, Kirsten, we're halfway through the season. And she's like, I thought it went through November. And I was like, oh, it does. She's like, I forgot about playoffs.
Yes, we do have the playoffs to go through, but a fast-moving regular season. It's been fun so far. See some good games so far this season, Moose.
Absolutely, and we'll see at least 4 more weeks of great games as you stick with us for the game of the week.
McAllister lets this one fly, and that one will definitely reach the end zone this time.
This dude's kicking it 70 yards and taking like 3 steps. This is insane to watch.
He's got a powerful leg. He's got the soccer background as well. A lot of the kickers nowadays with that soccer background.
Ever since the 1980s in the NFL. Yeah.
So the Rams will start from their own 20. 2:26 to play in our third quarter. See how the Rams respond here. Back down 7 points. Try that jet sweep once again. And finding his way through for a decent gain is Ben Bauman, the senior.
Ben Bauman with a gain of 4 on
Gets
the play.
about 4 on that one. We got an injured Hawk back at the 19-yard line. So while they tend to the injured Hawk, we'll step aside with 2:09 to play 17-10 Alta here on KSL Sports Rewind.
A few more sponsors to thank. Henry's Dry.
Welcome back. 2:09 to go here in our third quarter. Injured Hawk was able to get back over to the sideline. And now 2nd and 6 for the Rams. Send Hodges in motion. Hand it off up the middle, and that's going nowhere.
That hole was open for about a split second, and then all of a sudden disappeared.
Short loss on the play.
In there, Bennett Coaster was in there, along with a couple other Hawks to stop that one in its tracks. Brings up 3rd down. See what the Rams dial up here on 3rd and 7. It was a loss of 1 on the play, actually. Spot the ball to 23. 4 wideouts again here for Bauman. Pressure coming up the side as that one's tipped and almost intercepted.
Ball tipped on the play. Ball's incomplete.
Cole Albrecht in the backfield once again. And that brings up 4th down for Highland.
Cole is just all over the field. And now it looks like we're going to have a punt, which sometimes it's better to live to see another day.
So we'll see Gottschalk out for the punt. Has 1 punt tonight. 34-yard punt last time.
Now, when you see just one puncher in the middle of the field, just kick it away or one returner. Just kick it away from the returner. Ideally, if you're on the right side, you want to hit it right to about the 30 and get a nice little roll. We'll see what Gottschalk can do.
Add a late ram in there. As the Hawks come on the block, just getting it away. Good kick. As Russell fields it at his own 39.
Oh,
gets a little bit of a block that helps him get 3 yards there.
Nice coverage on the play.
He took out his own player. He was just like, move, get out the way.
Took out Luke Jansen, who was trying to lay the block there.
Luke's like, I'm trying to help you, bro. And he's like, get out the way. Sorry, Luke.
So the Hawks will start at the 43-yard line with 1:05 to play in our third quarter. Last time out, a 13-play touchdown drive that currently has them up by 7. Still no Manasseh Pela.
I think
for
he's
the
done
Rams.
for the night.
Still in this, just sitting on the bench over here, being looked at. As Loans takes the carry on first down, picks about 5.
Usually when a player's been out like that, you don't see what's going on. It's usually the C word, concussion.
5-yard gain for Alta. Brought down
Spot the ball at the
by Charlie McConkey.
48-yard line.
Simon Moore.
Gain of 5.
But we don't know what it is. We hope
We're
he's
not sure.
healthy, and we're trying to figure it out.
No Jones out there as well. Jones is on the bench here on the near side as well. Still has his helmet on, though, as Loans takes the carry on second down and gets just past midfield, brings up 3rd and short.
This is a huge third down for Highland, and might have a player down.
Yes. We have an injured Ram down there.
Man, when it rains, it pours.
I believe that's number 50 for the Rams. That would be Cortland Angstman.
And he's had a good game so far. He's been playing really well.
So while they take a look at Angstman, we'll step aside one more time here. 17 seconds to go in our third quarter. Welcome back. Angstman able to get back up and walk off the field under his own power. Good to see the defensive lineman get back onto the sideline on his own accord, and brings up 3rd and 2 here for Alta. As Brown looks to throw, he's got Morton near side for a first down and wrestled down to the 42-yard line. That was tackle made by Andrew Craycroft.
This is just a crazy physical
Pass
game.
complete. Tackled on the play by Andrew Craycroft.
Spot at the 42. That's a 7-yard
Alta first down and 10 from the 42.
reception for Alta.
That is the end of the third
And
quarter.
that will do it for the third quarter here as the clock's hit zeros. We got 12 minutes to go in this one. Alta with a 7-point lead. And just past midfield, we'll have the rest of the drive coming up next here on KSL Sports Rerun. Welcome back. 12 minutes to play here in our contest tonight between Highland and Alta. The Hawks with a 17-10 lead. And on the move, Moose, here to start our fourth quarter.
Yeah, this Highland defense, they've been playing well, but they're down probably their 3 most important players so far in this half. And it has just been a rash of injuries that I haven't seen something like that in a long time.
We saw a lot of injuries in that third quarter. As the big storyline, Manasseh Pela out on the first drive of the third quarter with an injury. As Brown takes a shot downfield, he's got Morton, makes the grab at the 15 and a spin move down to the 11. And the Hawks in the red zone once again.
Phenomenal connection between Brown and Morton right there. Did a solid job getting open and then put on some moves, trying to get some more yak yard after catch.
Gain of 31 on that one, and it brings up 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. So not first and goal just yet.
So they can get a first down still, but it's highly unlikely.
2 wideouts to the near, 1 to the far for Alta on 1st and 10. Brown will hand this one off. Loans has blockers and tumbles his way near the first down marker.
Might have gotten the first down after I just said that.
Right at it.
One from the 2.
It's spotted at the 2, so it'll be 2nd and 1. Gain of 9 on that carry for Loans.
Make that.
As Loans just gets the carry, lowers the shoulder, and he's in. Touchdown, Alta.
Man, Loans did a phenomenal job right there, getting into the end zone, getting that first down, and wow, just Alta's offense is coming alive this second half with the key players missing for Highland's defense.
So Loans able to lower the shoulder for the touchdown. That's going to be Loans' actually first touchdown of the season.
That is so surprising for me.
That is a very surprising stat line. As McAllister on for the extra point. Oh, great kick. It's good. Hit that one almost into the Highland locker room over there.
Goodness gracious.
And that makes it 24-10. Alta, largest lead of the night for the Hawks.
Alta's starting to pull away, but this defense is looking like Swiss cheese without those 3 leaders in there.
As the injuries have been a factor for Highland tonight. Mentioned Pela out on that first drive of the third quarter, and then Malik Jones out a little bit later. And 2 of the big X factors for the Highland defense not able to go at least the rest of the way so far.
Yeah, talking to Coach Oliveo, he's sitting there and he's like, I just hope we never lose these guys. And then it's just like, knock on wood, quick, dude. He's like, we have been ravished from transfers. And Alta echoed that sentiment as well.
So 11:02 to go in our game tonight as McAllister lets this one go. And I'm thinking the wind is going to the right because he has boomed the last 2 kicks going that direction.
There's no wind. He's absolutely crazy, just the leg strength from this kid.
Looking at the flags up above our shoulder, there's a little bit of a breeze, but nothing super crazy.
I apologize with that. I was looking at the flags at the post.
So it's a touchback for the Highland Rams. They'll start 1st and 10 at their own 20. Trying to answer back here.
They have to get something going, and this quarterback's been playing pretty well, too.
3 and out last time out for Highland. They need an answer on this one. Send a man in motion. Hawks might have jumped a little early, but Bauman spinning his way to a first down. Good run on first down. Gets about 13 on that carry.
Crowd starting to come alive, seeing Bauman run. They're like, we like that.
Well, Bauman gives them another first down. Able to use that spin move to get some more separation.
Whenever the spin move is executed correctly, it's a beautiful thing. There's about a 5% chance that happens. Most of the time you're like, oh, no, that wasn't good.
Hawks show pressure on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. Vaughn on the far side gets about 1. Good coverage there for the Hawks.
The Hawks defense is starting to flow with Highland's offense. Highland loves to attack the flats, get the motion going, and right now it's just not gaining so many yards as they're used to. They might have to start doing an air attack and surprise these Alta Hawks.
We'll gain a 1 on that one, so it's at the 34-yard line. And as Moose mentioned, the air attack's going to have to come at some point here, down 2 scores with under 10 minutes to go. 4 wideouts in the formation for Bauman here. So they'll hand this one up of the middle. Wolfgram's got 3 yards. A lot of misdirection on that play.
That's what Highland does well. You're like, where's the ball, where's the ball? And all of a sudden they're getting 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Spot at the 37. It'll be 3rd and 6 here for Highland. Clock at 9:18 and counting. A big 3rd down here for Highland. 4 wideouts again. Wolfgram in the backfield with Bauman. And a little bit of a flinch on the Highland offensive line. That should be a false start on the Rams.
It looks like Alta was coaxing them, but I don't know if you're going to call that in high school.
The referees are talking about it.
Flag on the play.
Little jumpy, got to hold your water.
Seen a couple of conferences tonight with our officiating crew. Trying to make sure they get the correct call here. And it's a false start on the Rams. And I'll back them up 5 yards.
Now it's almost a guaranteed passing down. So we'll see how both teams change it out. They just subbed 1 player for Highland, saying, hey, we got to get our best guys out there.
So it brings up 3rd and 11 now after the false start penalty.
Oh, Alta is bringing the house, it looks like.
Everybody at the line for Alta. Here comes Albrecht on the far side. Bauman gets rid of it, but it's too far. On the far side looking for McConkey. As Albrecht came in untouched on the quarterback on that one.
There's definitely one person you want someone to touch, and that's Albrecht. Don't let him pin his ears back and come out of you like a rabid dog.
So the Rams will punt this one away. Gottschalk back. The Hawks almost got to the last kick that Highland had. Russell back at his own 32-yard line to field this one. That's everybody at the line for the Hawks. They're coming for it, and it's a bad snap. Gottschalk can't fall on the ball. It's still loose, and it caroms into the end zone.
He was down at the one.
But he's down at the one.
He rolled into the end zone with quite frivolity, but didn't quite get there. And once again, special teams is what makes the difference.
So the fumbled snap spots the Hawks at the 1-yard line.
Oh. Every special teams play starts with the snap. If you can't get the snap right, nothing goes right.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 here. As the Hawks can put a stranglehold on this one here.
And it's good to see at least one Highland Ram back out there.
As Loans takes this one in. He's in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Hawks have a 20-point lead.
Man, brutal way to do that, but I like seeing Anksman back out there. So we're getting some players back out for Highland. And that's just tough when you give the ball up on the 1. It's hard to stop it.
So Loans gets his 2nd rushing touchdown tonight. This one from 1 yard out.
And of the season.
And of the season, too.
It only took him 5 games to warm up, but he's ready now.
McAllister on for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it's good. And so the Hawks offense has come to life in the second half, as they have had 3 drives and 3 touchdowns in the second half.
Absolute crazy numbers, to be honest with you. But that's what happens. Special teams play really big. That gave them the short field of a yard and got them where they needed to be. Hopefully Highland can get something going, but it's tough when you're having players go down and your team is so small to begin with. There's only about probably 30 players I'm counting on varsity, and so a lot of these guys are going both ways. And when you lose one player, you're really losing 2. And so at one point tonight, you've lost basically 6 players.
An update on Pela. He's got the pads off and the sling on, so we will not see Manasa Pela tonight, the rest of tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to see him on the field as soon as we can, but
it's heartbreaking. He's such a good kid. He's played his heart out all season, and you hope he can recover from that. My goodness gracious, Pink Panther, calm down.
Another kick well into the end zone for another touchback.
It's his world. We're just living in it. I understand that, but goodness gracious, young man.
So Moose, the Highland offense comes back out. You lose your star quarterback, who's been, when we talked with Coach Olivea, he said this is the heart and soul of this team. When he goes out, how do you respond to something like that?
Well, we watched a game earlier this year when Jerome Miles went out. Corner Canyon didn't know what to do. They were just like, I guess that's a season. And you're like, what?
The offense definitely changed a whole lot in that game against Lone Peak. Corner Canyon has since rebounded since that game, as Bauman's going to take it on the read option. Turns what might have been a 1-yard loss into a 4-yard gain.
Solid job right there, honestly.
The 24-yard line for Highland.
Got an interesting score update for you, Moose, from 5A. The Orem Tigers are up in Cache County tonight. They're trailing at Skyview 48-45, a shootout up there.
Woo!
But the Tigers are moving the ball. They're inside the red zone. But that's an interesting game to keep an eye on in the 5A landscape.
That's a great game to keep an eye on. Wow.
As Bauman able to throw near side, and it's caught. Good catch by Folau here on the near side. Picks up a first down. Picks up about 16 on that one.
About 13 yards.
Bauman just really, he does a good job lengthening the play, buying time, and then delivering the ball. He's definitely atoned for that interception earlier in this game. And you seem to see a lot of good things going.
Bauman just a sophomore as well for this Highland team.
Yeah.
Hawks show pressure on 1st and 10. As Bauman just going to check it down, and he gets hit hard right at the line. Able to get back up.
Bauman's also listed as a safety, but he knows, he's like, there's not much after me. So he's like, I'm going to stay in here. I can't take myself out. He's like, let's throw the ball, though. Someone block Albrecht, and we'll be all right.
Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 11. 4 wideouts for Bauman. This time good pocket for him as he lets this one go. And going up to get it is Folau with another big catch for Highland.
Bauman was sitting there surprised. He's like, oh my gosh, I have time. Let's find someone. And he's like, Folau, here we come. And when you see Folau, you say, oh, wow. Goodness gracious. Number 10 getting it done.
Gain of 21 for Folau and the Highland Rams in Alta territory. 3 wideouts to the right side. Again, the Hawks show pressure. Bauman has time. Now still looking and just trying to check it down to Folau. Incomplete.
These Alta DBs are doing a great job just covering, taking away options, and Bauman's sitting there like, please, someone get open. I got to get rid of this thing. These Hawks are coming after me.
Let's mention the Alta defense. 5 fumbles recovered this season going into tonight. 4 interceptions as well. They've added 2 to that number. Here tonight also have the fumble recovery for their 6th of the season. Tenacious Alta defense as they're coming again. It's Bauman flushed out of the pocket, throws, tipped it, it's caught anyway. And that is Carter Hodges on the far side for another first down.
Fantastic job by Carter right there. And Will, he is just sneaking that ball like a dart, hitting that bullseye. Great job by Will Bauman.
Gain of 16 on that one, and the Rams on the move here. 6 minutes to go.
There is life in Highland.
Bauman keeps it on the draw. Gets about, maybe call it 4 on that one.
Great job on first down. The sticks, don't let them fool you. It's not 4th down, it's 2nd.
Bauman, the keeper, picks up 3 on the play.
Gets the 24, so a gain of 3. So good response here from Highland after the offense kind of went away there in the middle part of the second half.
Yeah, it was sputtering and spewing. Didn't quite get there. And just like my sister-in-law's car, it finally started.
Again, the Hawks come up right up the middle. Stayed in the pocket was Bauman. The pass just behind McConkey.
Intended receiver on the play.
Falau, I believe.
Ben Bauman.
Oh, excuse me, Ben Bauman.
Oh.
Now 15 over there.
We're trying to see the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. There's people passing by us. It's a little bit rough, but we're more tough than anything.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for tonight's game. It's been a fun one here tonight. This Region 6 battle. 3 wideouts to the near side, 3rd and 7. Pressure comes, sets up the screen, Folau, and it's intercepted, actually.
And a flag at the end of the play, though.
There's a flag back at where Bauman threw it.
So it may be an interception, but it also might be roughing the passer. I don't know. I'm not up on my refereeing.
See what the call is here. The flag is back at the 36-yard line.
Was the interception before the roughing the passer? Doesn't
I
matter.
don't think it doesn't matter.
Trying to give people hope here.
And it is going to be on Alta here. So that negates the interception.
Called on Alta.
So the Rams not only keep the ball, they get to move 15 yards forward.
Oh, I do not want to be in an Alta film session tomorrow when that comes up.
13-yard line.
They'll spot at the 13.
Highland, first down.
And it'll be first down here for Highland. Set the chains at the 13. They can get to the 3 for another first down, but the Rams in the red zone. Last time they scored on that opening drive. As Bauman's going to keep it and wrestles his way down near the 8.
That's a fantastic run for first down in the red zone.
The toughness of Bauman on display on that one. Able to just fight his way inside the 10.
He's not playing like a sophomore. He's playing like a hardmore.
Spot the ball right at the top of the box if you're a soccer fan.
It's only
Right,
18
that yellow
yards
line.
from a goal.
From the back of the goal, I should say. As Bauman thought about throwing, thought about running, now rolls out and throws to the corner, and it's incomplete.
Man,
Intended for McConkey over in the corner
The
there.
receiver was Charlie McConkey on the
Bauman
play.
is exciting. I'll tell you that right now.
Makes it 3rd and 5 from the 8-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 5. Can get to the 3 for a first down. 4:16 to play in our contest tonight.
It's definitely 2-down territory, so they can run. They can do a bunch of different things.
Ball spotted right in the middle of the park. As Bauman with Wolfgrim in the backfield. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. For 3rd and 5. Bauman goes up the middle and throws to the back of the end zone. Almost grabbed by Hodges.
Ball just out of reach.
I was sitting there. I was like, "Oh, he's got a lane.
Fourth
Take the
down and
lane,
5
young man."
for Highland.
Would have been close to a first down if he elected to keep it.
I thought he was so far past the line of scrimmage, and then he threw it. I was like, "Oh no, mistakes have been made."
And he still almost made the pass in the back of the end zone there.
You saw it at the last second.
So 4th down now. They need to get to the 3 for a first down. 8 yards for the end zone. They'll send trips to the left. Bauman quickly over the middle, and it's broken up by the Hawks. And that'll be a turnover on downs. The Hawks hold.
Receiver. Ball falls incomplete. Turnover
Just
on
got
downs.
a bit outside on him.
Alta.
Sometimes that ball gets away from you, and that's about what happened from what it looks like from here. But valiant effort by Highland, marching down the field, getting things done. That was a fun series to watch nonetheless.
Good to see the response from the Highland offense. Bauman making a couple of good plays at quarterback. Fanua with a couple of good catches. Or Folau, sorry. Not Fanua. As Alta takes over with 4 minutes to go. 1st and 10 from their own 8. Still throwing as they look for Warren near side, incomplete. That was number 80 for the Rams. That was Andrew Craycroft in coverage.
Coverage on the play by number 80, Andrew Craycroft.
2nd and 10 upcoming here.
A lot of times this is usually when you start to see the second stringers come in, but I don't know if either one of these teams have second stringers, to be honest with you.
Handoff on 2nd down, out near the first down marker. As that was
Number 21.
21. That's John Russell.
Brock Russell.
Gain of 9 brought down on the play by number 10, Jackson Folau.
Solid run.
3rd and
That
1.
decent run, 3rd and 1 now here for Alta. 3:38 and counting. They'll hand it back off to Russell. Spins out of a tackle, and he's got a first down. Out past the 20.
With only 3:30 left,
Number 21.
you're going to see a lot of clock coming off.
John Russell.
Alta seems pretty content at this point, and I doubt they're going to be throwing a ton on this series.
So as the clock runs, Alta looks like they're on their way to their third win of the season. I'll bring them back to 500. As grabbing that one is Strong on the far side. Alta already played West and East, the two big powers, or two of the big powers. Brighton's the other one. They'll still have to play Brighton in 2 weeks' time.
This region is pretty tough. You also, I believe Olympus is in it as well.
Yeah, they'll play Olympus next week for the
and
Hawks.
Olympus, they skunked Brighton. 0 last week points for Brighton, and I did not expect that.
It's Brown looking to throw, and he's got McKay all the way out in midfield. And they whistle him down at the 47 as McKay with another big catch for this Hawks offense.
Phenomenal catch. And Alta at this point, they're 1 first down away from just kneeling it.
Tackled by Caleb Colliker and Ben Bauman.
Got about 2:35 left and counting.
First down Alta at the 47.
As the Hawks, this will be their first win in region play
this year.
This year, Moose.
I was about to say, not ever.
As snap gets away from Brown, he'll just fall on at his own 35. But for the Hawks, it was kind of a gauntlet start for the Hawks. They started 2-0, beat Juan Diego and Westlake, but losses at West Jordan, East, and West the last 3 games. Good to get back in the win column.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just difficult. Both these teams, they need more depth, more kids coming out.
As for Highland, they will fall to 3-3 on the season as Russell gets half of that lost yardage back. Up next games for Highland, they're actually off next week before heading to West in 2 weeks.
Honestly, fantastic week to have a bye week for Highland.
Highland will take the timeout. We'll keep it here as we kind of look ahead for both of these two teams and look ahead just in general. We've got, again, Highland's got a bye next week. They'll go on the road to take on West and then take on Olympus back here at Highland High School. The gauntlet continues for Highland as they still have to play East and West and Olympus in this region.
Well, that's just it. Just East, West, and Olympus. Goodness. It seemed like everyone and their mother transferred to West this offseason as well. And West has had a brutal schedule. You're just like, I think they're in Rigby, Idaho right now. They went to Georgia. I think they played teams from California
too.
As well.
Yeah, so these Region 6 teams going through the gauntlet here. Say 4 of the top 11 teams in the first RPI that was released this week are from Region 6. That'd be East, Brighton, Olympus, and Highland, surprisingly, is 11th in the RPI. Their highest ranking in the RPI since they were 13th last season. As that pass is incomplete. Bring up 4th down for Alta.
So Highland will get the ball back and hopefully can get some more points on the board.
That brings up 4th down.
So for the first time tonight, we'll see McAllister punt instead of kick a field goal.
Da-da, 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 da-da. The Pink Panther. Come on, McAllister. I want to see a boomer. Not a Sooner, just a boomer.
McAllister able to get this one off. It's a low kick, not much on it, as it bounces in Alta's favor all the way down.
Alta's encouraging the ball. They're saying, come on, man,
down
keep
to the
going.
13. That landed at about the 30 and went about 17 yards on the roll.
So if you're wondering what happened, because I know everyone loves special teams talk, the ball came outside of his left leg, and he hit it with the side of his foot. So instead of hitting that nice, juicy meat of the ball, hit it with the side of his foot, and it got a holy roller all the way down to the 12-13.
So Highland takes over at the 14-yard line with 1:18 to play.
In region play tonight, Brighton.
Other scores from Region 6. Brighton all over Skyline tonight, 42-0. Olympus all over East, 33-10. Alta's up in this game. That's the only other Region 6 game.
Man.
Brighton Olympus seem to be the two favorites in this Region 6 as Bauman goes down on first down.
They've already played each other. Brighton had a rough going with 5 interceptions last week to the Olympus Titans.
We lost another undefeated team tonight, Moose, in Region 5. Northridge fell to Bountiful on the road, 42-14.
Woo!
The final score of that one.
Did not see that coming.
Meanwhile, Woods Cross gets a win against Viewmont. So Viewmont back-to-back losses after we saw them last week against Northridge. 37-34, the final in that one.
Brutal.
As Bauman improvises. It's close to a first down. So we'll probably have one more play left. Big game of note in 6A, though, Moose. Corner Canyon only a 7-point lead, 21-14 in the fourth quarter against Mountain Ridge.
Really?
About
Didn't
3.5
see
minutes
that
left in that one.
Harriman barely squeaks it out from Riverton.
That game's still in the third quarter, too. Farmington and Syracuse tied at 31. As Wolfgram gets the first down, that might do it here. As the clock will stop momentarily. See if they get one more play off here. They will. Bauman's going to let it fly for the final play of the game. And it's incomplete, intended for McConkey, and that will do it. But hold on, folks. There's a flag down. And it's in the area
of PI.
Of pass interference there. So the Rams might get a Hail Mary chance here, Moose. We'll see what the call is here. Clock has hit 0, so if it's a penalty, it would be an untimed down. Oh, it's pass interference on Highland, so that will do it.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you who my player of the game is tonight. I really like Nolan Lones, the running back. He did a phenomenal job, 2 touchdowns and a plethora of yards, even though I really do want to give it to Jack McAllister, the Pink Panther, but I'm going to refuse to do so.
My game ball go to Lones as well. 2 rushing touchdowns that kind of put this game away for the Hawks tonight. As we mentioned, the Hawks move to 3-3 on the season. They will be at home next week. They'll host number 10 Olympus. Highland moves to 3-3 on the season. They'll be off next week before heading to West in 2 weeks' time. Final thoughts before we sign off, Moose?
Just another great Region 6 game. I can't wait to see you all next week.
All right, that's going to do it for us here from Highland High School. The final score, the Alta Hawks 31 and the Highland Rams 10. You've been watching high school football on KSL Sports Rewind. We'll see you next week for week 7 of the high school season. Take care, everybody.